It's kind of a little bit gloomy over here today, which kind of sucks because I didn't go swimming yesterday. It's like I get the pool ready and then it's like I stare at the water and I'm like, there you go, you did it. So we're gonna continue to use some of these sort cards and sort them out, and then we'll do some of these ones with it. It's fun to get new cards. I cannot wait to get the other ones that we're gonna get to. I hope you guys had a good night, and I hope you guys slept great. Honestly, it says that some of you guys are starting your read off with somebody who financially manipulates you. You know this too. You have honestly been thinking about leaving this person, if not already. You actually have been keeping your distance from somebody. You put your sword up a minute ago, right after you found out that they were about money. You not only found out that they were about money, but they were literally like in the reverse too. They're coming up at 5 coins in the reverse. So I just feel like for some of you, it was like you just could totally see like they were literally trying to play you for money. Like the way that they spoke to you, the things that they talked to you about, it like always seemed to lead to like a need of their own in the end. Caused a tower in your life for them, or either way, you put a tower up. You put a tower up. And honestly, I feel like God's the one that creates towers. So if the tower came, I feel like this person's surrounded by this whole thing right here. So they start with temptation on the back too. See, you put your sword up and God actually gets underneath of them. So this person's like surrounded, bro. By literal, like you stopping and blocking them, the lesson's being taught right now. That's what happens when you do the tower. And then God comes in. So this person can't go anywhere. This person started the read. You block it in the forward and God blocks it in the under. So I believe that now this person will learn a lesson, honestly, truly, for their choices of manipulating people. The only way from here that they can go is worse, which they seem to do that. Because they go from being a lovers to the 5 of coins now in the reverse. They think you're fucking naive. This person obviously is literally desperate for money. 5 of coins is a very empty place, even in the upright. It's nothing there. There's no meat on these bones. They're very hungry. And when you get into the reverse, you get to a place where again, you start becoming a liar, cheater, and a stealer type vibe to get what you want, And so that actually comes in right where you put your sword up. You're like, why the fuck are you talking to me like that? Why are you lying to me like that? Why do you play me like that? Why do you want to, you didn't need all that. You're actually somebody that would honestly, if they would have chose how to talk to you in a way that was mature and respectful and honest, you would have helped them. So you don't appreciate being fucking manipulated and talked to like an idiot. You're actually coming up as a King of Cups love. So again, you have the ability to provide what's necessary. Don't fucking play me is how that's why you got disgusted with this person. Yeah, you push them away. You even, for some of you, by keeping your distance, they could have been telling you, you don't care about them. I feel like for some of you, they even tried to their card on you and say that maybe you're a covert narc or something now. And covert narc would mean somebody that literally doesn't talk back. Some people might think it's giving you the silent treatment. Some people can call it stonewalling, but there's also covert narc. And you're not. You were told to keep your distance right above that card. And so obviously silence would be included in that. And so you're doing exactly right. You're like, bitch, no. Literally get the fuck away from me. And so now they're like, oh, you're so mean. Here we go again. So now the financial manipulation didn't work, and now you are whatever the fuck they've decided. That's where they roll into this reverse. They not only were manipulating in the first place, but obviously you blocking them and God blocking them, and a lesson need to be learned. They're gonna now do a little worse than they were before. And that's not what anybody wanted. They could have had a king right under their 5. King of Cups, too. Hi, honey. Did you sleep good?
Yeah.
They could have had a King of Cups, and like I said, King of Cups is the best lover in the deck, to be honest. And so that's why it wasn't necessary to play you. You end up getting a new love offer, I see. You get a Knight of Cups coming in. That's cute. And you also get a work celebration coming up too. So this person's about to watch you fall in love, get caught up, and make more money. I mean, and that's just what you deserve. That's not even their lesson. I mean, it could probably feel like a lesson to them, but that could have happened with them. You know, their lesson is even beyond this. This type of person is the type of person that feels like now this happened to them. No, this is what you deserve. This is for you. This is yours. This is your prize. This person's so stupid. They probably feel like your blessings are their lessons or something's happening, to them. Bitch, please. This person doesn't want to act right or be anybody's true friend when they're around. They always find a way to literally gossip about somebody, lie about somebody. I mean, this person just has poor friendship skills, or just they're not a good person at this time. And so they need to understand that. They need to understand that they clearly have the skills to be a good person. That's why they're in these groups. But they need to drop their old habits of thinking they got to play everybody in the group to get what they want. So you're not here to just talk to them about that. You're not worried about it. You don't lay in bed and pray for this person's well-being. I mean, you're like, you can pray for yourself at this point. I got a life to live. I wish you the best. You're just at a place where you're mature, you start right through by. This person, again, 5, again. This person feels defeated now. 5 means defeat. And, well, it comes in right after you literally cut them out. And you caught them being a liar, cheater, or a stealer. So it caught you, that you had to catch them doing all this. You already told them, I know that you're manipulating me financially. And so they still went ahead and got worse. They go and now lie, cheat, and steal to make a couple bucks or something off of you. And so you obviously leave them. This person could even come back around after you're in a new relationship. That's not going to be good either. Whoever your new partner is, probably double whammy the fucking consequences if they try to come back around and lie, cheat, and steal on both of your turf. Now it's like you guys are protected with your new couple. So this person, if they try to, because your new person's already in your life after they lie, cheat, and steal. And I highly doubt you see 2 people at once. So keep an eye on your shit. If this person's ever known where you lived, things like that. You may find that they've kind of maybe went back home and gotten your house and shit. I don't know. You guys could be noticing, honestly, that maybe stuff was moved. Maybe you and your partner, or maybe you're even single. I feel like this person goes into your space if they can when you're not looking, and maybe go through your shit, so be careful with that. Yes, we have the 4 Pentacles here too. Very guarded with your money. So you're still working on building your money back for some of you. So also don't be lending anybody money during this chapter. That's your test here too. You've been dealing with a lot of people that honestly play you for your money. And you're starting to build a, where are you going, babe? Love it. What time are you guys leaving today? Okay. I hate it when my son leaves, and I love it when they come to visit. Yeah, I know. I like to use my son and his girlfriend as an example. But they're 18 and 19 and they work very hard. I don't charge them rent. Why would I? Just give them a room. And they go to work and they only show up probably like 4 to 6 days max a month. And they work in different towns. And live in a different town than they even work. And so they obviously meet up when they can. They see each other on the weekends. They have a lot of self-discipline and self-control. And it makes me very proud of that because they're literally youngsters right out of high school. And they just got construction worker jobs and she works with children at the daycare and shit. So I like it. I think it's adorable. And they just bought a new car. If you want to see it, they're up front. They got car payments and shit, you know? And for one, I could see that you do fine with that. But, okay, isn't that so cute? They're doing fine. And they don't ask me to help, you know? They work hard. So I think, you know, honestly, you were just somebody that honestly did that too. And you might have had a moment with somebody who wasn't very mature and responsible. And it was extremely unattractive to you. And you were like, bro, kids are buying new cars right now that are 18 and shit. And you over here like trying to hustle and you're a doll. You were like, This person didn't have their basics in order too, clearly. You were like, I think one of the worst things that you could ever have happen is somebody younger than you get their license and pass you by on the road. You know, and so I remember that shit. I honestly didn't get my license until I was 19. My sister died when I was 14 from a car accident. And so my mom was actually really super like scared to how I was driving through it. And so I remember that. I remember specifically seeing kids in younger grades passing me, driving their cars to school and shit. And I was like, damn, bro, this shit is deep. And if they don't feel like that, you just know shit is just gonna fall behind for this person real quick. So, you know, even in Idaho, people could have a job and a car at 14 and a half. So technically, anybody who's above 14 and a half, 16 max, and is asking somebody else for money and shit, are you serious? These motherfuckers hella behind. And, you know, those are some things that you might start just bringing up to their fucking point. Instead of asking them, why do I need help again? All you need to do is just show them the basics of life. Why the fuck don't you have a car and a job by 16? That's what you need to remind these people of. Like, that shit was available in your childhood, bitch. You know, and so if you're not working together as a team with your couple, you shouldn't be together. It's hard enough to be in a relationship as it is, let alone do all the fucking work for an idiot who literally is bullshitting you, which I see you don't have in your life. And if you do, it's going bye-bye. You literally get a raise and a new partner, by the way, real quick here. It starts at the end of your first row of cards, which is not far. I only chose to do a, 5 card on the first row. I'm going to pull back so you can see. But it's so quick. Sometimes we go through like stacks and stacks. Cheaper, no. Yours is simple, bro. Somebody financially manipulated you. Step 1. That's your first card out. They financially manipulate you. What do? Queen of Swords their ass. That's the end of it. Card 2. You started a problem. They started a problem. You finished it. That's it. There was nothing else to talk about. And so you're a boss. Now and then literally after that, you instantly keep your distance from this person. There's no question. And look, here they come now. Yeah, now they want to start a fight. That's all they do. That's all you were doing, bitch, in the first place. We start problems, bitch. You entered this fucking life by a relationship being a liar. And then they went even broke her because whatever you did, you took it back. So now they just feel literally like Scar and all the hyenas over here trying to figure out perk and how to nibble on a bone. And you're like, I don't know. We were having a ham dinner and you didn't even show up the other night, so quit acting like you're hungry. You know, get the fuck out of my face, bitch. That's a tattoo. They'd be calling you up and saying, oh, they need money for a certain thing, but wasn't buying that thing with it. Financial manipulation. You were like, no. I don't mind doing what you need me to do, bitch. But stop fucking making stories up. That's what you didn't like. You didn't like that they were literally trying to play you all the time. Bust you shit. You can handle giving away money. Don't fucking lie to me.
So this card was actually in the reverse. It does surprise me that it would say this. I am starting to understand our connection. And they're a manipulator. It was in the reverse. I'm just reading it upright. But that would make, oh, now I understand, baby, what you mean. Oh, I get it. You know, leave it to them. First, they fucking lie to you. Then they still don't literally apologize at any point. Bro, you are possibly already moved on here. And now, why are you doing this? Literally, what an idiot, bro. Get moved on. This person's annoying. I'm getting really upset because if you are in a new relationship, that is completely disrespectful for this person to still be hitting you up, bro. I can't with it. Your new person's about to fuck this person up. Like, I would. I don't know why. Like, not that they need to, not you to have them, but I mean, it's just not right. This person sees that you're about to you're about to get married, bro. Look, you travel here soon. You get a work celebration, and you get a sexy ass lover that's coming up as a Knight of Cups. That is not this person. And on top of that, you choose to marry this person too. So what are they doing here? Oh, hey, I understand now. Are you like literally at the wedding objecting now? Like, what are you doing, bro? Go away. Some of you have an ex that I don't know, man. I don't know if you're hearing from them or if you're going to hear from them real quick, bro. But this bitch is like, got objection from the wedding vibes. Like they float in on a fucking air balloon and they like roll across and they're all rolling in the dirt and they look like me. Here they are. They want to talk to you about the connection you shared and they understand it now. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you got the wheel of fortune here because you're dipping fast. You're like, get the rocket ship here now. Now! You see her coming in, you're like getting warnings that she's within radar. You like actually probably have a radar on her. You know that she had like a metal plate, so you can actually like find her at some point with even metal detectors around the property will start alerting. You've like had to do something. You know this bitch is fucking here. Anyways, you're like, I gotta tell you something, sweetheart. I got a secret. I don't like you. And you literally maybe haven't used those exact 3 words. You now have the King of Swords coming up too. I mean, I cannot tell you. Every time this bitch show up in your read, you literally sword them. Every time. Look, Queen of Swords. They're like, hello, baby. And you're like, whoa, whoa, sword in your ass. You literally don't even hesitate. They told you one lie, did one thing, and you're like, boom. Okay, does that stop them? No. They're like fucking Schmeagle up in this place. My precious. You're like, bro, and then right after too, you get a brand new lover. So you must be looking or attractive or something. You're willing to obviously date. So you don't spend much time on stage. And literally, you also just kind of see what I feel like you saw because it's financial manipulation for you that actually was a game changer. You heard the way they talked. It could have been on the first date. They could have just been like, what do you do? How much money do you make? You know, and just like anything. Financial manipulation comes out. Insta status. And so you're like, I don't know. I just feel like their conversating was a turnoff for you ultimately. I don't see that they did anything much more than just fucking talk about money and be basically about money. And it wasn't their money. They were about other people and like maybe what they did and they maybe talk. I don't see that you had a lot of conversations with this person. Yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse. You instantly knew they had nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. And it's not pentacles that you were looking for. You were looking for love. And that's why Cups is coming out. And Page of Cups in the reverse is exactly what we're talking about. Do you have your basics in order? A Page of Cups in the upright would have a job, a car, a license, and a place. To be a knight, you're now in the grind of that. You're like, yep, you're going to your interviews now. You're ready to see if you can land that job. You might be in college. You're about to be the business person that you want. You're an aspiring knight. And then you go through that and you're like, you manage some places maybe. You're like, yeah, this is great. You know, you start learning customer service. You start growing up. That's knight. Page is just making sure you have your basics in order. Do you have money of your own? Do you have a job? Do you have a car? Do you have somewhere to live? No, they didn't. Boom. See you later, Charlie. Literally, we're not backtracking here. They could have had all that done by 18. So that's their problem. We've already done the whole let's build from the ground up shit. That's the 20s. That's why I call it the trying 20s. We're over that. I used to say your 3 boyfriends too late on that shit. And now I haven't even dated since 2019. So I'm just going to wait until we find an aspiring knight, which you do. You do here. You find a knight. They got their shit together, and at least they're coming as cup. You've been looking for a cup love. You might come up as a sword. You're protective. You protect. You might be a protective lover. You might be what they would call possessive, but in the upright. And so that's cute. Your cup of love doesn't mind that. You're coming up as a king or a queen, and they're coming up as a knight. So I like that about you. Both actually pleasant. Neither one of you are fighting over the higher position in your next love. And with a knight mixed with a knight cup mixed with a sordid lover, that's cute. I don't think they mind being protected by you. And they could be younger than you, and so they might feel like it's very comforting. And they have energy, and they like to make the home. They like to decorate, be loved by you, love you. And with just this knight and the queen and king difference, they just listen. They seem to have obedience, gentleness, understanding of how to care for a home and love their partner, not money. And so that's what you're looking for. You had a home for some of you. You have your own home. You're fine with moving anybody in and paying all the bills and doing everything for them. So the last thing you need is somebody to intro a conversation about your finances. And if you can get some of that. Bitch, are you trying to be with me? Are you trying to be a knight of cups to me? Or are you trying to take this money like I'm some fucking idiot and go spend it on your other boyfriend or girlfriend? Bitch. So you were like, no, I'm looking for somebody serious. You were looking for somebody serious. This person did not fucking make the cut. So you get justice. And you know what the justice? Ace of fucking pentacles in the reverse. How many times are you seriously going to tell this person to go fuck themselves? Literally, you're acing them. And you're also, I'm waiting for, so far, you may talk to them one more time. Other people too that you know, if they know this person, are literally telling them to stop contacting Michael or whatever. He's doing better. And seriously, he has a new woman. He's getting married. You know, I don't know why the fuck you even keep hitting him up. Like if this, they tell him you are destructive. You are trying to destroy things for this person. Your friends would be telling them, their friends are telling them, like seriously, like this person, their justice is not being this. They're still trying here in all of this. This person's literally, their own father could actually step in for some of you. We have the Emperor now. I feel like people are actually going to intervene. If you have a strong family, or they have a strong family, or anybody that you ever met, if you get to spend any time with this person, they're actually offended that this person lost you. They wanted this person to act right for you. They really liked you for some of you. This is an extreme disappointment. Honestly, you can't be a part of their family, or they thought you could have been really helpful to their child or whatever. You know, it's not very often that a parent actually is really sad. That you know, but you know what? Zeke's parents begged me to stay, and his little sister has autism, and I might still have the picture. She drew me this picture. She was like 9. And there were scribbles everywhere on it. She brought it to me. I said, "It's beautiful, Emily." I said, "What is that?" She said, "That's beauty. And I was hoping if you looked at it, you would maybe stay with my brother." Really sad. We were together for 8 years. But, you know, sometimes people just really love you as a person. And whoever this person is honestly, it looks like they could have even had some decent parents. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups with the Emperor. So whether those are your parents or theirs, that's literally the same difference of in between as your next relationship with the Queen and the Knight. because it's only one step above and one below. And what I like about it is that, again, this lover, it's almost like one of the parents understood you. I said that last night too. I said there's a successful parent that really wanted you to be a part of taking over their business, and that their child's a fuck up and doesn't want anything to do with like the family legacy. And it would have been you that would have, like, that would have been a blessing for you. If that sounds familiar to you, I want you to know that if you were to connect with their parent, the parent was going to choose basically you and that child to take over, but it would have been you. So if you did want to pay the price and date this person, you would actually end up, if they had a large family legacy, if by making a connection with their partner, with their parent, you guys would connect to do business together. So you would actually get paid for doing this. This is a weird case scenario. But you also can go into the future, I see here, and you'll get a love that reminds either your parents or this last person's parents of the love that they share. Because it's the Emperor with the Queen of Cups. Again, the lower person is a Cups person, and then you have a strong leader above, rising and raising the family. And the younger person is obedient. That's how it goes though, man. You know, you get Cups energy raising you, and apparently you gotta go be a villain, or vice versa. If you have nothing, you wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna make a great life for my family. But some people, they have a great life and they just get really used to that. They don't really see how much hard work it takes to create these lives. And so they get just really used to act like a spoiled little immature brat. Give it to me. Come on. All right. So this is getting kind of weird and interesting. Well, right here, nothing but good. All this is their attempt at pretty much convincing people to go with the flow of their self-destruction and participate in helping them. It's not working. It hasn't worked once. They opened read with failure. They keep trying. So I see that what separates you from this person physically is you will probably move. And for some of you, get a new job, you'll travel. But for some of you, I'm taking out that you could live in the same hometown as this person. This could be a hometown trigger X or something. Something about the family holidays is coming in here. You could have shared some holidays with this person. I feel like regardless of this person being kind of, there's obviously this here, but I can still definitely. My concern, I told you, they still want you. Look, 7 of fucking cups, wanting what they can't have. If you see this down here, there's a black cloaked out dude looking in the mirror at all your jewels, all your diamonds, everything. They're not gone. And it literally happens to fall over your marriage card, dude. Okay. Your person knows every move that you're making still. Your person hasn't really got a brain yet about the fact that it was their selfishness and their manipulation that caused them this loss. But they can see what's happening here. It's like the way that they're learning is not right. I mean, they're just seeing that you become more successful. They also can see you have a new person in your life. And for some of you, you stopped sending a message. You blocked them. So it's really actually like stewing up inside of them right now. They're not done. They're thinking, oh my gosh, literally, like, how do I do this? Something that's going to bring you great joy for some of you is this person may choose to actually walk away from whatever they're into. We do have the 8 of Cups here, and that's walking away from abuse. And so this person, and then they find happiness. And so this person could actually have had an attachment of some sort that was why you couldn't be with them. And so they do. Look at, they finally start to pick up here. This is cute. Now my heart's starting to heal a little bit. On top of that, you're never going to believe it. This person gets the Star and the Emperor for their prize. Are you fucking kidding me? The Star and the Emperor together? That's way better than, I'm sorry, but yours. You have the fucking King or Queen of Swords with the Knight of Cups. This motherfucker get the Star and the Emperor? What the fuck? Ain't that some shit? Dude, can you believe it? You teach this person a lesson. They learn everything you know and fucking outrank you. They're with somebody and are of higher status than all of your options here. So I don't know where that resonates, but ain't that fucking some shit? Bro, look, now you're an option to this person. I told you. There was something coming up, bro, in this read about if you can consider. This person had a big payoff coming, didn't I? Big payoff. That could be the father in them. Either way, if they can get right, then they're about to get big too. Maybe that's something you need to know. You guys can either have, you have a lot of options here. You can either fucking have your cups low, where this person stays at home and listens and is obedient, and you protect the territory and you're in charge. Or you guys can basically almost become like Jay-Z, Beyonce energy with the Emperor and the fucking Star. Those are both boss-ass motherfuckers right there, bro. Or, and that could be you. That could be you, depending on whatever you guys are working towards here. There's money to be basically invested. There's like an Emperor energy here, and it could be you. It's some kind of elder. It could be their future man that picks them up. It could be one of your fathers that runs a business that you guys have an option to take over this business. But some elder in here, there's big things happening. The thing happening might come up as a Page of Wands. This could be that person, this person. With pages where we're just like, I don't really know. I'm looking for this, So you may be a little picky with yourself. And you may say, I don't think that that's what I'm looking for. But if you see how this read goes, I mean, it's so interesting. This person may not know what you're looking for and how to place themselves into that energy. And they never really do. They actually go all the way from fuck-ass to Star. So it seems like it's not your information, it's your delivery type vibe here. What you say to make this person listen is going to be in your communication manipulation, I guess. They might want money. Well, you need to respond in a way that their brain is going to listen. That's what you want. That's why you didn't want this person. You didn't think they'd listen. But they will. You can see right here, somebody else fucking gets them to listen. And they go from a Page to a Star. That's going to turn on you. You're going to really regret that. You're going to regret losing a Star. There's nothing like that. That's fucking waivers. That's like you telling somebody you're going to leave them, and you tell them, nope, you can't borrow my truck. And you drive off, and then they show up in a fucking Lamborghini Hummer or something. Right? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like that would hit me hard. And I'd be really wishing I did. That's like a big slap in the face. It's almost like somebody thought they were better than another person. And they find out they clearly were not. So something's not being seen here with this. So I feel like somebody is obviously coming up as financially manipulative, but they cannot stop wondering what to do to stand with you or around you. And so that shows that they do have love. This person probably just was spoiled very much so by their adult parent, and they didn't have to really do much but throw a fit for something. And so they may not understand what you're not liking about them. You may have grown up in a family where you have to be very grateful, and they all have very minimal. And so You just see it as financial manipulation, but this person has always been able to just be like, Mom, Dad, and so just trying to be looking at it like that too, just so you don't miss out, because I think that once you get what you think you want, to have your ex bypass you and get with somebody who makes more money, they'll both make more money than you. That ain't gonna sit well with you. You're gonna sit there and be like, and all of a sudden, dude, you already know. You already know, bro. Nuh-uh. Nobody beats. We are very competitive, and you know it. Ain't that some shit? It kind of makes us realize that we thought we were better than somebody, huh? To have it eat you away inside and you almost die and melt to see that fucking they did better. Who are we? Who are we? Are we hopers? Huh? Sneaky, sneaky. Maybe in the end, one of us was trying to keep somebody below. And that was why they weren't connecting, because this person is going to be on top. So if you're the one who got left, you're going to be the winner. That's such a fun read. I don't even know. I love hearts. You just never know what's going to fall out. Oh, man. I'll be right back. And honestly, it leads me to feel like somebody could have been pulling some shit. Like if you were live last night. I'm not really sure who's wrong in these positions. That's what I'm saying. Yesterday, I was supposed to go zip lining. But I felt like somebody was rude to me, so I didn't go. I have a problem, I'll lock your ass out at my house right at the door. Stare you through the window and I will not open. Did it live for you if you want to watch it. I don't give a fuck, bro. You start rubbing me wrong, bro. I'll fucking slam. Oh, I have this thing. I'll run through the house so fast. I lock all the windows and I fucking have boards. Done. And I will tell you to leave now. And I will start recording you. And I will RCW your ass. I don't know. I go crazy. My mom's a Leo, so she's thrown me in jail a lot. So like I said, you learn from these fuckers. You learn from, we watch you. We're confused as fuck too. So people may not know that. You may think, that's what I see here happening. Your page, honestly, I feel like you were saying they were financially manipulative, but it's clear here in the future, an emperor sees them as a star. A star. So they have extreme talent and make a lot of money. So there was a misconception here. on somebody's behalf. And it's obvious too that they outrank in the end. So your person's learning, but there is an energy here that somebody wanted to keep somebody below them, and it's gonna not pay off. You have this, it doesn't have to be that you're a negative or a bad person, but let's just say your vision, just like we talked about, maybe you've envisioned, I'm gonna be the King of Swords, and I want somebody who is somebody that you know is gonna be easy to work with. So like, let's say you're a man or a woman who wants to, most of us come in with a vision in a relationship. And when we go on dates, we do not sit down and say, hi, I'm Tara. How are you doing? There's no intro. Like, it should be like an interview, realistically. I think, looking back on how we've done it all wrong. You can look nice, but it's definitely not about saying anything, honestly, that would offend them. We should be throwing that out there on the table. We should be sitting there and saying, truly, this is my debt. This is how many kids I have. This is where I'm at with my breakup before. And obviously those would all be weird things, but that's something that you should be researching prior. Like, to go and pursue somebody in a relationship and try to fight for them, stupid. They're not healed. Things like this. To do any of these things, you guys need to be actually seeing, what are both of your goals here? Because there's a lot of, you didn't listen to me, we're gonna break up here. There's rebellious behavior. There's a lot of plot plan. There's a lot of plot plan behavior here. But the both of you, honestly, I don't know that you ever had an opportunity to make a true connection. I see that there was a blockage in the brain right off top. Your very first card says, you feel like this person was just about money. It comes up as financial manipulation. But to be honest, we have a Lover's card here, which means there was already 3 people involved in this relationship from card 1, just to be fair, if we're going deeper now. So which one of you 2 was in a relationship and basically dating to see if the other one was a good enough option? That's the issue too. So whoever's claiming one person deserved the sword, I believe had 2 people in their life anyway. And so right there, they received karma. Somebody also has family fighting here. We have 5 of Wands. That's not okay. Do you want to get into a serious relationship with somebody who has trauma in their family all the time? So right there alone, your balance system has to be 6 sections. Period, no matter what. And so, I don't know how my markers up here. I'll get my whiteboard. We're gonna get a big whiteboard back here because I'm gonna start like drawing shit. But it needs to be 6 sections. And so you need to be looking at that when you're dating. Draw a circle. And basically make an X through it. You're looking for 6 equal parts. Don't judge me. We're gonna make it. But do the best you can. You'll do an X and then draw a line right down the middle of the X to make your pizza party. Okay? It's gonna have 6. You're looking to you need to achieve balance, period. Always. If you're out of balance with these things, take a look at your little sections here and see in what area of your life you've added more to or less to. I will draw one of these sometimes and I'll color shade it, and it shows you literally how much time you're spending in each, and basically your chakras are not balanced. And so that's a lot of the reason why you are choosing people. You need to stop trying to temporarily comfort yourself and start actually having a diagram that you go off of. And there is a way to actually know how to pick healthy people. So you first need to know how to be healthy. So the first thing it doesn't matter what it is, but they're all 6 have to be equally nurtured. So you have family, and I know many of us fight with our families. So that needs to have its part. You have friends. You have work or career. Self, health,
Self and health go in one too, by the way. So that means, and then we have love, and you have spirituality. All of those things have to have equal time spent. So self and health, you can take, I'll bring that close, but you can look at that too. This is all online. There's images for you available. But I learned these things in my classes. That's what I teach. But it's actually helped me to see, holy shit, we never knew that. You know, we didn't even know about the balance thing. And so a lot of us are trying to actually be these people without a plan of action and a deadline. And so that's what you'll learn. You'll learn that you're not doing anything wrong. And what's happening here is that you just need to know what are the ingredients to the plan of action that you're working towards. So all of us have to do that. So let's be honest here. I like to get markers or crayons or whatever. It's really fun. I'll have to bring my box up here. I should go grab it. But you should have one too. And I want you to just start looking at these. And I have a bunch of stuff downstairs. And so I'm going to pull out my binders. And I will actually bring it up here. And I'll make a little cabinet where we can actually start learning things that matter. That's what I really like to do. That's why I'm here. And so I just do tarot in with it. Because I saw that a lot of people like tarot. So I was like, fuck it. You learn that too. You learn that the people, they won't really pay attention to you unless you do what they call what's in it for me. And so you have to catch people's attention through basically incorporating things they love with what you do. So if you're somebody who has a business that's struggling right now, what you need to do also is just go online. And I told you this the other night, but basically from the top down in internet, it's trend to not trend. So what comes up first is going to be most popular. And so it's really just about looking in there and seeing if there's any interest that you have naturally that you can you're going to bring those two together. You're not trying to be the other thing. You're really just blending two people's interests. They're going to say, what's in it for me? You're like, you know what? Honestly, what's in it for you is that I'm a life skills coach and you love tarot. And so I was seeing that tarot tells a lot about what people are going through. And they were getting a lot of views. And so I was thinking maybe I could purchase or promote your decks because I actually teach at hundreds of colleges and thousands of students. And so this actually works really well for me. What do you think about collaborating together? I can honestly get your stuff further, faster, and you can give me a discount. See, boom, what's in it for me? That's true. How can you find what skills other people have instead of looking at it like you have this exact plan? Because I see great things. You have a lot of really strong people here. I just think that you guys need that plan together, a visual plan, no more chit chat. Have a visual plan down. And honestly, you also need to take some tests. I want you guys to have your team take personality tests. Go online, it'll give them like the ENJF or whatever. You're gonna know a lot about that person right there. All of you do it. It's time to stop telling or assuming what people are. Have them take these tests. I want you, if you're in a, no matter what, the personality test is a great one. I like to do that. It's always changing. You should be taking them at least once or twice a year if you can with your staff. You should do it for fun. You should do it in staff meetings. Have them take, if you're in love, you can do what's my love language. You should do that anyway too, because it shows you all your people, period. There's like 5 of them. It's like acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and gifts, I think. Yeah. So you're going to find out what their love language is. You might be feeling like, because I'm definitely a gift buyer, and I like acts of service too. I love compliments, anything like that, words of affirmation. And so you may be somebody who's with somebody who buys you presents but doesn't really spend quality time with you. And you might think, what's wrong with me? It may be nothing. It may simply be that you have 2 different love languages. So there's just such a large amount of information that you guys can access online. I think there's a lot of assuming going on. And I see that for some reason, this person here, who in the end becomes the star, by the way, the fucking star, with the emperor protecting them. Nobody goes above you two in these two here. This is the one struggling here. So if you're the one going through the struggle, you keep up your good work. A lot of people don't understand you, it appears. They keep telling you that your stuff that I feel like it hurts your feelings to be called that. For whoever this person is that's being accused of being a financial manipulator, I don't believe that they think so. I feel like they're struggling right now and they need help. And I feel like there's communication that's either not happening or happening incorrectly. And there's a lot of miscommunication. This person's going to figure it out. Or somebody's going to come in and rescue this person. And they become the emperor and the star together. So you only end up with a knight and as a king. This person gets many options. Many options. So, okay, we're going to just fill this in realistically. Family, how much time do I spend with family? Well, my son came to visit. Let's be honest here. I'm super low on that. I want you guys to make this little drawing and actually, realistically, I'm going to give myself like I'm feeling like it should be like an 1/8 of an inch sliver. For me, family has been something that I love and hate all at once, and I get very sick when I go around them, and I chose to pretty much bring it down to 1 or 2 visits a year. So yeah, I get one little jiggle. Let's be honest here, those are supposed to be full. So if your balance shit isn't fucking balanced, then love is something that is going to be affected here, whether you're with or without the person now. Spirituality, I'd say we do a lot of. This is spirituality. So we get to definitely fill in that jiggle wiggle. So go ahead, it's fun, at least. Hey, and I'm proud of that. We spend the most time, at least here, we know we're talking about spirituality and God, and we can also call this career because this is what I do for work. I know myself, I already know. I'm loaded with spirituality and work. Those are my 2 right there. Friends, you're my friends. Does this count? I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have physical contact. I'll say I'm going to give myself half because I do think you guys are my friends. But I will be honest and say it's time to actually meet in person sometimes. You know, we can't just be like, oh yeah, online relationships obviously are going to be a day. This is not human life. We need to actually interact. Self and health. I'll give myself a little quarter each, because I can't lie, bitch. I'm a wild one, motherfucker. And I don't like going to the doctors, and so I pretty much could put some pepper on a leaf tree and fucking tell you that you're cured and walk away. Shaman healer, bye. I don't give a fuck, dude. I got Jesse James, so yeah, if I have to go to the doctor, no, I will literally almost die before I go to the doctor. I don't like anybody touching me. Family, and then we have love. Well, I'm not in a relationship, so I don't get shit there. I haven't had a boyfriend since 19, and I'm not mad about it. I needed to learn what I'm saying here. We have to learn that we'll ruin relationships if we come in unbalanced. And that it's nobody not being good enough. Because when you become the emperor, you have empathy. And you don't judge your people. You teach your people. So to say somebody wasn't good enough, you were actually living in your ego. That wasn't God. That was your ego. And your ego actually got in the way of you because you didn't have a plan of action set up with your people that you wanted to do something. You had a mental vision and you had poor communication together. Nothing was understood or achieved, and so you left. This person ends up having another person come in and they're able to talk to them. And they get what you saw in this person in the first place. And more. So do keep that in mind. Come here. Oh, yeah, great to opening. Come here. money, and so you may be selling them or feeling like, oh, this person's just about money. But for them, their love language could be gifts, receiving gifts. And so they're not going to do for you if they don't feel like you are giving them what they want. Does that make sense? So it may not be about the manipulation. I think you should keep your options open right now. And I think you should take a look at yourself and do a little I want you to challenge yourself to just kind of be an emperor at this time or an empress, and I want you to basically kind of on the low try to figure out people's personality types. If you're somebody who is a manager or can get these kind of things going, before you do that, I want you to challenge yourself to be an emperor. And basically you're going to overlook and try to assume, maybe draw one of these out just to make it simple and try to squiggle in and see where you think your employees are at. Try to take a wild guess and just see who in your house do you think has what love language. There's different things like what color are you? Are you blue? Are you red? It'll tell you if you're somebody who really likes to be around other people, if you're awkward, if you're the class clown, if you're somebody who has to be the main person that, and it'll help you to understand that there's things like it girls and she always wants to show off, but she could be like the color, whatever, and so there's actually there's a lot of really fun tests online. I go through years where sometimes I would just get like super test happy, and I love it. It's going to teach you so much more about your people, and that's what I think you need to do here. Whoever you are, you could be the emperor in the end in this read who gets this person too. There's so many wonderful people here. And look, encouraging. You step back and you put your sword down because you are in the upright. You are very protective. You're very smart. But you can go higher than that. You can also become the emperor and the empress. And so the difference is that you've done a great job so far with the people in your life that you have. Maybe you have a wonderful home. Maybe you get this Knight of Cups. They're very wonderful. You've proven that your kids listen, your house is clean, you're successful, but you're ready now to advance. You're going to do this universally. And universal advancement, you go from king to emperor and empress, and God's about to bless you with bigger things. Some of you are looking at the 3D. You're seeing that you can only go so much farther with your company. And you're seeing, a lot, and you're just wondering, how do I take it further now? Well, now you go from status 3D to status to 5D, and you are in alchemy now. And so in 5D, you transmute energy in the room. So just picture an airbender. When you see problems occurring, you're able to come in and you de-escalate. You've seen this. You knew those people were fighting ahead of time. You understand their personality types. You were able to even organize crime to not happen. You're smart. Think of yourself like you run a prison. You really know your people, okay? You have to keep them alive, in the right room, and all on the job. That's your duties now. Status isn't about who's cool. The difference between king and queen is emperors and empresses have empathy for all people. So if you judge anyone, you don't get to elevate. Your duty, I always just think of myself when I think about being a king or a queen on my throne in the movies. So picture yourself there. If you have a husband or a girlfriend, then you would be a prince or a princess. If you're married, you could be kings or queens, and you can still be a king or a queen individual, even if you're single. But the point here is that the chair is overlooking the whole village, and they have guards around them at all times, but you're looking forward at your people, period. And usually if somebody talks to the royal, they don't barely turn their head. They have their eyes on the people. And we also know king and queens have to constantly pretty much watch for another kingdom to take over.
And so picture Lord of the Rings coming. I mean, the march always starts. That's where the movie's getting freaky. Every time, bro. I'm like, I always think of the elves in the Lord of the Rings, man, because they got to contact them. The elves have found a way to be peaceful somehow. They have a kingdom too, and they need their help. And also, the Dark Lords are very powerful, and they're just marching in fast. And so, all the good people have to make a choice to die for each other, to barely live. And many kingdoms, whether they were cocky or not paying attention, get ravished through. That's the worst thing that obviously is going to happen to all your people. And so you can think of that as your business failing, your family falling apart, your kingdom. You were not watching over all of your people. So being the leader of your home or being a boss has nothing to do with you ruling. It's did you lose? What fell apart and why? That was your duty. That was your duty, babe. You know, when I found out Dr. Phil wasn't even a real counselor, my feelings changed a little bit about it. But he did say a saying once that I liked. And he said, honestly, man, if there's a problem in the house, it's a top-down problem. And I was a kid when I heard that. And I thought, you know, that shit's true. And then, you know what? I can handle that. It doesn't mean that you obviously gave your kids or your parents or anybody around you permission to do so. But as an emperor or an empress, you know how to transmute energy. And you categorize people according to where they're at and how mature they are at every time. And you know how you can do that easily without judgment? We're all chemically made. And so stimulation can happen through fights, what they hear, the birds chirping. Everything stimulates a person. And so this week we've been going over a lot about dopamine being released into the body naturally. We've been talking a lot, I don't know if you're on my Facebook, but TARAHDANA. But there's been some people on our channel that I've seen or I'm connecting with that are recent released inmates and shit. And they have wonderful, cheerful partners that are very excited basically to have them home. And your inmate is feeling overstimulated at this time. And you can tell, are they going to stay clean or relapse? Some of your people have high crime history. And what's happening, just to make this a little easier for you, is because everybody's chemically made, whether the stimulation is positive or negative, they release this dopamine into the body. And so they're basically sitting there getting pre-high. And they'll get just restless and stir crazy is what they think it is. And the best thing that you can do is wherever they were prior or wherever they feel most comfortable, you may want to set your environment up for them to arrive looking similar or feeling similar so that you don't add stimulation at such a high rated pace. Because you got to know how to care for your chemically changing fucking empire. Everybody's going to be chemically stimulated, but that's why when you get overwhelmed around other people. It's because it's like, just picture the beats on your music. Everything in your body is doing this at all times. And that's why people are like, I can't fucking deal with this anymore. And they leave. So everybody's stimulation is just leveled out however they can have it. And so that's what alchemy is about. As you've seen ahead of time, people stimulated levels and being able to transmute energy in this chapter. It has nothing to do with how cool you are or how much money you have. God is in charge of your universal elevation. He needs you now to transmute energy in the room. People are starting to go crazy. He needs to be able to work through us. You are great, but you need to understand that it's God, that we are a portal to the light that truly brings beauty to the world. And so when you are bragging, it's really 3D, and you forget how to be 5D for God. And you have to go through the 4D, which is a blend of heaven and hell if you know anything about realms. And so if you've had a really last year or two, you made it through the 4D today. And honestly, you had to, because that was how you got humbled. You had to make it through the dark world and out so that you could see, holy fucking shit, bro, what the fuck was that? And now your duty will be to help people understand that you judge somebody. And it ain't that fucking easy to just get clean or leave that person that abuses you. And we don't want to either. We love our people. That's what being an emperor and empress is about, is to categorize people now. You're not kicking anyone out of your village. You can, but that's more like Queen of Hearts in the reverse. And you're off in people's head because you're angry about a breakup and shit. You get status, but you stay on earth. And you're always just pissed. And you have to induce fear into people or be something that you're not all the time. And really, you all want to rest and just be yourself, and you know it. And that's what God needs you to do to work through you. So that's what's happening here. I want you to draw your little balance diagrams, look it up. I think it's a good thing to have your staff do and your people do in the house. Don't do it don't get too crazy with your kids on it, because I'll tell you what, anything, because I'm like, do life skills, my kids hate listening to it. So take it from me. You're going to want to, my whole family, they're funny. They fucking hate my guts, fuckers. But they'll like watch me from afar. They won't ever say that they really like listening to me, but occasionally, maybe once every 6 years, they'll send me a video of somebody else doing exactly what I'm doing. They're like, this guy is pretty good, you should watch him. Or sometimes they'll say words like manifestation. And so I'm like, hey, at least they're listening. You know, at least we know they're watching. So the reason I'm telling you this is because if you have anybody who has been stubborn in your life that hasn't wanted to listen to you before, you need to just basically lead by example and not shove shit in their face. You may know it's great, but it's weird. You tell somebody that you love to do something and they absolutely won't do it, I guess. You know, and you're just like, what the fuck? And these things are really important that they know, because you can't elevate. If status doesn't elevate us, purity does. Authenticity does. Being a portal for God does. Because you have to be truly empathetic. A lot of people have been calling themselves empath, but I'm pretty sure they're victim narcissists. I learned about that last year. And basically, they always say like a lot of things like how they feel, all the things like, I can just feel like what everybody is feeling. And you're like, did you give them a solution or a game plan so they can feel better? Or do you just like all just sit around and do tea time and talk about how you're so empathic? You're not. Like, a real empath is a strong one. You're an emperor and empress, and you've had to rise through the struggle. And you most certainly, let's be honest, when the fuck are kings and queens sitting around gossiping about their village? So you couldn't even be a king or queen. You can't be anything in the upright if you gossip about anyone. You're absolutely in the reverse. Also, they actually consider, they call evil eye anyone who glares at you, thinks bad about you. They call that the most, basically like level 1 of witchcraft even. The universe actually calls hate, thoughts, evil eye, glaring. It's like an actual misdemeanor witchcraft charge. So if you supposedly say you don't like witches or don't do witchcraft, you might want to look those things up. Because you actually are supposedly doing witchcraft by glaring and thinking hate upon another person. Because it's in manifestation. What happens to other people or yourself is through your thoughts and your feelings. So you glaring at another person or hating them, no matter, you can look up the good as you want. What do you feel inside and what do you think about? Because you manifest that into your life. They don't get what you want for them. You get that surrounding you. Because that's all that's on your mind. You got to break free of the 3D. And so if you're losing anybody, it's because they basically elevated after going through this very difficult 4D, which is in between 5. So if you're somebody who lost everything and you went through the dark world and the people that you had status with now don't talk to you and you're embarrassed and you were like, fuck, dude, now you did something against status rules. Maybe you relapsed, maybe you cheated, maybe you went through a divorce, you fucking went bankrupt, you know, it doesn't matter. You're not 5D. And God had you do that because you needed to understand how wrong so many people over here were. How wrong. There's nothing more painful than sitting in those apartments alone. without our kids, without our lovers all of a sudden broke, huh? And we just had everything. We all cry those tears, baby. And today you come out and you're going to not be embarrassed about that. You're going to come out and say, man, I've been there too. And you're going to offer a hand and you're going to help people get up. So you're 5B. You transmute energy now. So a lot of you, maybe you were at one point a king. But when you got your blessing, you chose to be greedy with it. You didn't use it to help the world. So God took it from you. God took it from some people. Because you're not fucking Willie Nelson over here fucking drinking out of a coconut. Nothing that you're walking all over Mama Nature. And you're literally using all these lessons to be 3D to impress people on Earth that don't even care about you. And that's true. True people don't ever leave. And if they saw you blowing money, they would ask you if you, why are you doing that? I got a friend that blows money all the time, and I know they want to buy a house. They want to build a house. They have 31 beautiful acres in the forest. I tell them for years, man, no, you need, that. What are you doing? This person has definitely blew enough money for their dream house to be built twice, probably. That's a good friend. A friend, as fun as it is, would ask you straight, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know their dreams, you know their goals. That's what being a leader is about. Is that all of us just honestly help people to become a star, to become the star they want to be. They have those skills. When you get a calling out of nowhere and you're like, you just want to do something, that's exactly what it says will happen in the Bible. It says literally, dude wakes up in the middle of the night and Jesus says, leave your family and go into the forest and blah, 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 you know, and they're like, ah. But it literally says a calling will be something random, out of nowhere. You're going to get a calling. And it's going to basically be a random career change for some of you, or a leap of faith. And God chooses something that honestly is about to uproot you from people that your family, you're like, us, we're not doing that. You're definitely not going to do that. You know, follow this career path, do this career path. But the purpose of a calling being random is because you're a light worker for some of you, for one. And a light worker, if you look up the definition of that, says you're born into a family dynamic that you literally just don't fit in with. And you feel like the outcast or the black sheep. Well, that's because you literally are about to be, for one, uprooted and taken. You're God's work. You work for God. If you look up 144, there's only 144,000 people that are basically outcasts in the 8 billion people of the world. And so maybe you realize, and they do pass away. And so new people are now being elevated to become 144s, basically. And if you're somebody who finally feels like you have always just been different, or maybe now some experiences have helped you feel a little bit different, it's good. You're being humbled. You're now doing God's work. You're realizing that we're stuck in your ego on Earth, and you're having an ego death. And that's what a tower moment is, which we have here. A tower moment is when you've built up a wall system around you of pretty much life that protects you inside of it, but you feel trapped. You feel like you're in this 4-wall system, and we do have a lot of fears. Are we going to have enough money for the bills tomorrow? You know, a lot of things, you know. And basically what a tower moment to me is God coming in with like a big old punching glove. And he basically, picture me right here. And I'll probably have a tower moment too. I know he wants me out of this house and doing something else. And so ego builds up something that keeps us safe. We pay our bills. We're like, yeah, I'm fine. I fucking went to work. You know, I fucking built it. But are you happy? God says, what the fuck are you doing down there? You think God doesn't watching us? We've gotten real 3Ds for some of us. So you'll know when he's coming. You can feel it. I'm all looking at my door. But what is a tower moment? Well, for one, he's going to punch down everything that we've built up. Everything. Everything must go. And you're going to be moved by force in some direction towards something else. So that takes great loss. It could be a death. It could be a divorce. It could be literally somebody cheating on you. It tests your values at this point. A lot of us get an opportunity to sit in a room and say, oh, I'm against abuse or I'm against cheating. But then when it happens, maybe you stay. And so the next time you're in a conversation and somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm against cheating, you're not typing up anymore, are you? all of a sudden you have to swallow that down your throat and it hits your stomach and you change as a person. And you know you did. And that's okay. You need to forgive yourself for being loving and forgiving. You can still become an empress, a beautiful high priestess. That's the point. You had to go through some stuff. Whether it was addiction or somebody that stayed with somebody who cheated or anybody who gives a lot of money away and realizes they're being played. Anybody who gambles, all of us have our thing. And there's nothing wrong with you. That special thing, that thing they call weakness, it's gonna be what you teach people the most about. Not everybody goes into those four walls. So whether you're an addict or you've been in prison and you've seen gang fights, we can't all go there. And so we don't all need to. And instead of judging everybody, you need to know that some of us had to know what really is going on so that we can be a light and brave to re-enter those places. That's what light work is about. So if you're somebody who keeps going back and forth between the good and the bad world, you probably could be a high priest, high priestess. And so you're able to actually see people deeper. Your duty is to go back and forth. And you have to channel into their energies and you can't help it. We're all energetically connected. Something I want to tell you though during alchemy, because whether you're doing astral traveling, which is going to be dreams, you'll have dreams, just really odd dreams. A lot of them could be battle. And so that is you fighting battles in your dreams. You go back into the 4D. So it's better for you guys to go look it up. But the 4D is actually, basically I picture it to be a 4-story house. And they say the bottom 2 levels are hell. And the 3rd level is reincarnation. And the 4th level is supposed to be heaven. And then we go into alchemy. And so I'd have to look more into that. But there's some super cool information. Obviously, there's like 12 realms. So you're going to look up the 12 realms. And that's where you'll find that we're 3D. So Earth is 3D. And then it's weird. Heaven and hell are supposed to be 4D. And they live together. So I don't know. That's why I like all religions. I let everybody have a religion because obviously I have some Christians in my family, I got some Mormons. Now we're looking at the 12 realms. Obviously we know Muslims do their thing. Everybody. And so that's why I've never been baptized. I went to church for many years my whole life. But once I started learning about spirituality, I was like, this shit is deep, dude. And so I respect everybody's opinion, but that was something that I found just to be so interesting. So you guys can look that up. I think something that could be helpful for you guys in this is definitely do your balance section. Your homework should be like, do a personality test, do your love languages test. You can definitely do your balance thing. And then I think you need to look up the definition of tower moment, dark night of the soul, and I want you to imagine yourself running a true kingdom. And I want you to put yourself in a place like you do have a queen or a king, whatever you are. And I want you to envision people in your village or empire looking at you like Princess Kate. And isn't it Harry that they're about to be our next runner-up. And I think they're a wonderful example. They are knights right now. And they're doing a great job. They have fun together. They upload pictures and they're not faking it. They love their kids. And you can see Kate's smile for her husband is beautiful. Another great love that you guys can look up that's a wonderful example is Thomas Rhett and his wife. They are so adorable. I can't with it. Anyways, that's the kind of love you're going to need to be a king and queen. And I want you to know that because people are going to want what you have, whether it's 3D or even a great lover. They want it. And so if the two of you don't have integrity and love for your people and joy, for one, even if you stay together, people may want to live in a different village where people treat them better. Or you could cheat on each other. I mean, it could go so many ways. So today, just envision yourself like the old days in your kingdom. Because right now you have an opportunity to elevate if you want. But in order to elevate to empire, Now you need to think of yourself as a manager who runs a business. A manager only gets one location. We all know that there's a manager for every location. So if you want to be an emperor, now you need to imagine yourself as a CEO. And managers are kings and queens. They have one empire. And so now you can think of it at a higher point of view, and you're now picturing, you can see up here that Lord of the Rings is marching over and about to beat fucking manager on 58's fucking bitch ass motherfucker. And you've known this because they called you. I'm about to fuck this bitch up, bro. How many of you guys, you already know, and you're like, Nancy, just calm down. Have you taken your vacation yet? You know, and so that's transmuting energy, okay? That's how you're going to do it through God. So you're now a CEO for God, mentally, basically. And your duty is to see out into the afar. More and more and more and more and more farther you get out, you can de-escalate issues and make the world a brighter place. That's how you elevate here. Money ain't shit, bro. What about it? We shouldn't even have it. This shit's stupid. We'd fucking pay to drink our own fucking natural water. You know what I mean? And I know that it should be regulated, but it's just kind of crazy how literally everything we were given as a blessing, the government and everybody else be running. So we shouldn't be really working towards that or supporting that at all. We can, honestly, if you had, what we're going to do in my group, I would collect one of every career or a couple of every career. We would trade and nobody would pay. We wouldn't pay. We'd go back to the trading days. And I'm a farmer, and we would have a bunch of farmers. We would have all our own shit. We wouldn't eat any of their nasty shit. We'd raise our own fucking food and animals, and we would literally go self-sufficient. And we would buy land in a place where people that disobeyed could get eaten by sharks or alligators legally. That's what I would do. So that's on you. You guys can figure it out. That's how I run my empire. I mean, God's like, you would let people get eaten by a shark? He's like, you're not elevating. Not today, bitch. You're crazy. See, some of us are still kings of the reavers, bro. So we gotta heal here, bro. Facts, dude. But we should be self-sufficient. I'm all blushing. I'm all right now. He's like, you're crazy. You're done, bitch. No, we have to be accountable. He who literally sacrificed his son is coming at me. See, I think he learned his lesson. Oh man, I'm like actually embarrassed. I'm like blushing, dude. Anyways, he's like, you're in trouble, dude. I'm like, oh, I already know. All right, so that's when you said the wrong thing on the news, huh? Kate Shua, you're like doing it, and they're like, all right, guys, well, we're going to wrap that up. It was a good one. You guys can catch me on, again, Taradana, Tarahdana Facebook. We're going to do a live over there in a second, probably, just to be fair. And I'm also on Everly OnlyFans, EVERLE, if you want to catch lives over there as well. So I appreciate you being here, and I'll be back soon. I love you so much. You're the best.